Hi everyone, here comes another Tentaku video. Today's topic is Top 10 Villains. This time we're looking at the enemies of our favorite heroes. For this ranking I'm disregarding characters that eventually become major allies. I leave that for another top 10. As you know, there are a couple of rules for this video. I can only consider characters from anime I watched and only one entry per franchise. Big watch out! You can expect major spoilers in this video. Number 10. Deathgun, Sword Art Online 2. Deathgun is a mysterious man that appears in the virtual world and apparently possesses the ability to kill players in real life by killing their avatar in the virtual game. By wearing his signature metallic mask with bright red eyes, this crazy player starts a killing spree and eliminates the tournament champions one by one in the virtual world. Why is this guy so Machiavellic? Spoiler alert, turns out it was a couple of guys. When one was playing as Deathgun in the virtual world, the other sneaked into the victims' houses and killed them while they were paralyzed inside a video game. Crazy psychos. Guess virtual reality isn't so attractive anymore, is it? Number 9. Vicious, Cowboy Bebop. My oh my, doesn't the name say it all? Vicious is ruthless, bloodthirsty and ambitious, willing to do anything to secure a position of power. Vicious was originally a comrade of the main character Spike, until he decided to overthrow his own organization in order to become the new leader, and made Spike his enemy. What I specifically like about this villain is the fact that he chooses to use a sword, in a world where everyone else has a gun, and even so, he kills everyone. What a badass! Number 8. Gilgamesh, Fate Zero. Gilgamesh is a legendary tyrant from ancient Mesopotamia, known for being half god, half human. As such, he is extremely arrogant and selfish, claiming everything in the world is in his possession and that he is the one true king. During the show, Gilgamesh is summoned by a mentor to fight in the Holy Grail War. Turns out, he had plans for himself. To gain the upper hand, he allows his mentor to be killed on purpose so that he could forge a new contract with the more interesting suitor to his power. And what a great power indeed! He alone could destroy all other suitors to the Grail with his Gate of Babylon. Number 7. Superbuu, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball has great villains and it was really hard to choose one, but in the end I chose Superbuu due to his unique abilities. Superbuu is the result of Evil Buu absorbing the Fat Buu, which generated a tremendous increase in power and increased mental capacity. You can say he is actually the most intelligent of Buu's forms. Superbuu is a creature that simply lives for destruction and is nearly impossible to defeat him due to his gooey body that can regenerate itself even after it was disintegrated in little pieces. Added to that, he has an incredible dangerous ability. He can absorb victims, gaining all their powers and features. And for a moment there, he almost absorbed all Z fighters on Earth. Number 6. Pain, Naruto Shippuden. Another great show with amazing villains, but I had to go with my guts and choose Pain. Originally known as Nagato, he was a former student of Jiraiya who wields the mythical Rinnegan, a special purple eye that awakens godly powers. Due to a tragic event in his youth and being manipulated, Nagato ended up becoming a bad guy who wanted to force the world into peace through violence and despair. Thus his new codename, Pain. With his amazing eyes, he was able to use the 6 paths technique, which allowed him to control 6 different versions of himself with scary powers. In the show, he practically leads the criminal organization Akatsuki and ends up responsible for killing some of the most dear characters in the show and destroying Konoha village. It was one of the most emotional sagas to watch thanks to him. Number 5. Meruem, Hunter x Hunter. The Hand King is the last and most powerful villain of the show. He's a mutant born from the Chimera Ant Queen after she ate several human bodies, which granted him almost unlimited powers and an above-average intelligence. His purpose was to become the next king of the Chimera Ants, superior to all living creatures. As soon as he is born, you can see he is evil incarnated, with a cruel and violent behavior that disregards all others, including his own comrades. No matter how many tried, no one was even a match to him, and all ended up dead. The worst part of all, his favorite meal was humans. But what actually stands out in this villain is how troubled he is regarding his identity. After witnessing the innocence of one of his human hostages, he starts to have doubts about his behavior and moral code. He's not sure whether he should be the ultimate tyrant monster or human. This double-edged sword keeps you anxious to see his next move, episode after episode. Number 4. Don Quixote Don Flamingo, One Piece. This has more villains than I can count, but Don Flamingo has stood out since the first moment I've seen him. His extravagant look with pink coat, dark glasses and a cocky smirk made him one of the most recognizable characters. Originally presented as a pirate at the service of the Marines, Don Flamingo is a powerful character that has the ability to control everything with strings, including humans as if they were puppets. From very soon, you understand that nothing can control such an arrogant and proud man, and it turns out he's making a fool out of the Marines, and he's actually an underground broker under the alias Joker, responsible for many agonizing crimes. He is indeed one of the most intelligent villains in One Piece, whose main hobby is manipulating people with complex and evil schemes. In a later story arc, he even holds the whole Aizen hostage, making his inhabitants kill each other as part of a game. Number 3. Johann Liebert, Monster. This is the only character in this list who is actually realistic. Born as part of an experience to create the perfect human, Johann possesses an extraordinary level of charisma, intelligence and good looks. But it just happens that due to his traumatic past, he ends up wishing to be the last man standing at the end of the world. Due to this, he becomes a psychopath who uses his gifts to cruelly manipulate and corrupt others with no other reason than to cause suffering and destruction. The show follows the doctor who saved his life as a child, and the doctor, feeling guilty for saving this psychopath's life, pursues Johann in order to stop him, but just ends up witnessing how cruel he can be. Indeed a terrifying villain. Number 2. Aizen Lich. If you like villains who are brainiacs, this is it. Aizen is there from beginning to end, and everything that happens through the show is revealed to have been planned by him years earlier, to the most minimal detail. Originally a member and captain in Soul Society, Aizen is shown as a quirky and innocent man who is loved by his comrades. Yet in a turn of events, he reveals himself as manipulative bastard who wishes nothing more than to be more powerful than God itself. In order to do that, he is not afraid to treat his former allies as lab rats for his experiences, and he even tries to kill those who loved him the most. His most dangerous trait is actually his sword power, able to trap enemies in illusions and making him unbeatable. I admit I also loved Grimjaw a lot, but in this case I had to go with the one who turned out to be the best villain. Number 1. Envy, Fullmetal Alchemist. Here it is, the greatest villain of them all. He might not be the most powerful one, nor the intelligence or charismatic, but his personality and evilness make him stand out above the rest. Envy is an homunculus, an artificial creature created by alchemy, who has the ability to transform into any person he wants. Although his power is not a new one, what is uniquely evil about him is the form he uses his power. His favorite assassination technique is to imitate one of his victims' loved ones or close friends, making the victim despair while being murdered by the ones he cares the most. He loves to laugh at his victims and play with their emotions with no remorse for what he's doing. His cockiness and bad temper make him one of the most entertaining characters to watch, especially because of his humor and constant clash with the main character. And this is it, my top 10 villains in anime. Do you think there is a better villain than this? Tell us in the comments. To see more videos like this, just click subscribe. Thanks for watching.